The treatment of Batman and the Flash's death in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a reflection of how truly mentally deranged these writers are at Sweet Baby Inc. For them to think that any of this in any way was a good idea is disturbing and pathetic. This is a perfect storm of corporate greed wanting to create their own soulless Fortnite cash grab, perfectly combined with the diversity hiring and flooding of their workforce with ESG score box checkers, pushing out or silencing all of the talented, sane people who would have otherwise prevented this fiasco, essentially replacing creatives with outright propagandists. Of course, all of this was going to end in disaster from the very start, really as it should. Rocksteady really might go out of business for this, which is heartbreaking. I first heard about both the Batman and the Flash's death in an online leak. I truly couldn't believe it. It was far too shocking and ridiculous to comedic levels. To me, it's one of the most symbolically disrespectful things in all of entertainment, comic book, and video game history. For real. It's taking people's icons and ideal representations of their childhood and desecrating those symbols and ideas. It's comparable to religious and ideological warfare in a sense, because it actually is that for these woke lunatics. They are hate-filled and resentful. Of course, Batman, DC, and The Flash isn't an actual religion, but many people connect to these characters, ideas, and symbols at a comparable level of depth. Every culture has their iconic mythological-like stories. That's what these characters are to people. I'll get to the utterly nauseating pissing on the Flash's corpse in just a bit. But in regards to Kevin Conroy, the Batman of all Batmans, the Batman who in my eyes is above Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, or really anyone, to take his last appearance in voice acting ever as Batman and have Harley with dialogue written by Sweet Baby Inc. pronoun in bio feminist resentful types and shoot him in the head like a dog being put down is absolutely vile. What is the mindset of people who thought that any of this was a good idea? How disconnected from reality are these people, truly? Were these the same people who wrote the dialogue for Mary Jaw Jane in Spiderman 2? The same people who actively pushed to androgynize and uglify Mary Jane? We tried to warn you. It's just gonna get worse from here. They have to infect, subvert, and pervert everything that they touch. They have to normalize that which is not normal. The use of Brainiac in all of this is actually meta as hell, to be honest. It's ironic.
The entire universe will adhere to my design.
Batman, the animated series for many Batman fans, is the pinnacle of their childhood entertainment. Then later, the cherry on top of that was the Arkham games that were all masterpieces. The same brilliant, iconic Conroy voice and Mark Hamill's Joker, of course. To say farewell to that legacy and man in this way is evil. There is no other way to put it. It's like the treatment of Luke and Han Solo in the new trilogy, but times a billion. It is the symbolic act of taking a shit on people's childhood and love of the animated series and Arkham games. It is absolutely sickening. Yes, the game is called Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. It's not the fact that they actually follow through with the killing. It's the distasteful, vile way in which they do it. It's the context as a one-off game on its own or whatever, the same way in which the Joker films are their own thing. It would have been whatever. It would have been fine. But to claim that this is attached to the Arkham game's storyline and lore is sickening. Apparently, they were at one point going to do a Batman Beyond game. Imagine that as a send-off for Conroy instead of this crap. Why do companies feel the need to desecrate their own legacy and infuriate their fan base? Has Brainiac or the symbiote from Mary Jane's jaw infected all of their minds? Is the woke mind virus a real thing? What type of person and mindset would have the characters in a video game ready to take a piss on the corpse of the Flash and then on top of that make tasteless big dick jokes with the whole obnoxious, unlikable, insufferable Suicide Squad crew?
Makes sense. The gods have cursed you in every other way.
Is this who would do that? Founded in 2018, Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal and working around the globe. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video game industry. We aim to make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone. The pissing on and dick jokes via the death of the beloved Barry Allen was the way the Sweet Baby Inc. brought in more empathy and inclusion into this hate-filled male cisgender video game space. It was the perfect way to combat the jiggle physics of Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4 Remake and all those disgusting mods. It had nothing to do with a deep-seated pathological resentment of the white male characters of Batman, The Flash, and Superman. Nothing at all to do with that. Taking a shit on the fanbase of the Arkham games is how you teach these bigoted gamers empathy, inclusion, and equality. Sweet Baby Inc. shall lead us into the utopia. Kevin Conroy is actually a gay man, and none of the fans have really ever been concerned with that and never will be. He is the Batman of all Batmans that has nothing to do with his voice as Batman. We do not need to be lectured on morality and inclusion from mentally ill, resentful people putting propaganda in every single show, movie, or game that we play. We don't need it. Normal people are able to separate their entertainment with their personal political agendas and beliefs. I'm hoping that this is the beginning of the pendulum swinging back because of the millions upon billions of dollars that is going to be lost because of this insanity. And time is being wasted that we can't get back. We could have had 3 Batman Beyond games by now compared to the timeline release of the Arkham games. Conroy could have passed the torch in a respectable way in a Batman Beyond game. What an absolute waste and tragedy. I am terrified to see what the kooks at Sweet Baby Inc. are going to lace in to the Wolverine, the Wonder Woman game, and Spiderman 3 with their ESG scores. Hopefully the amount of money lost on this game, the Suicide Squad kills Rocksteady, will change the direction of things. Probably not though. It will get worse before it gets better. Boycott this game, get a refund if you bought it. Resist the desecration of your pop culture. Anyways, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you very much, and bye.
The entire universe will adhere to my design.
Unless we stop you.